So I'm having like a therapeutic moment at the Sex Robot Factory. I've been in 12-step programs. I've been in therapy for 10 years. I'm having the most emotional progress that I've had. And I'm talking to this guy, I'm like, I don't understand why people are so against the robots. What if we use the robots to make women's lives better? What if every woman has their own robot clone? Think of all the things you can do with it to make your life safer. Before you walk to your car at night, you could send it out ahead of you. Like a decoy, you know how penguins push other penguins off cliffs, you know? Like, oh, they got her. Okay, I'm gonna just take an Uber. I feel like the sex robots would solve so many of our problems. I keep reading about gray areas, like mixed signals, where two people have sex, the next day the girl feels weird about it, but the guy doesn't understand, he thought she was into it. You guys might not know this, but sometimes we have sex with you before we're ready because we feel guilty, because we've been conditioned to believe that if we make out with you but don't have sex with you, that your balls will like explode, blue goo all over the ceiling, and then you'll be handicapped for the rest of your life. You'll never walk again. So we feel bad, and then we feel ooky the next day. If we all have sex robots, that whole dynamic goes away. If you and I make out for 20 minutes, but I'm not ready to have sex with you, I can just say, hey, look, I am not there yet, but I do have a very flexible piece of Tupperware in the other room. Looks exactly like me without the ability to criticize you. I think you're gonna love it. So I'm talking about this on stage for a couple months, and people want to come up to me and argue with me about this, very hardcore. This group of people came up to me and they're like, I cannot believe that you're condoning this. What if people start to mistreat their robots? I don't give a fuck. Same person that when they see a starving child in a television commercial, they'll be like, what else is on? But when there is a phone in water, they're like, get the rice, get the rice. When you see the starving child, that's when you should be like, get the rice, get the rice. We give food to our phones. So I'm talking to the guy that makes the robots, and I'm like, I've thought through all these arguments. I legitimately cannot think of a reason to be afraid of the robots. And he said, this is the real concern. He said, the real concern with the robots is they're gonna get so smart that they're gonna learn to override our commands. I was like, oh, shit. Okay, that sounds scary. That sounds very scary. And then I was thinking about it more, and I was like, wait a second, we already have robots. Our phones are basically robots, right? And my biggest problem in life is that my phone actually does what I tell it to. I need a phone that overrides my commands. I need a phone that's like, no, bitch, we're not going to your ex's Instagram again today. You broke up 4 years ago, overruled. No, you're not buying those tie-dye overall mini shorts. You're too old for that shit. Reroute to Chicos.com. That's what I need.